Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep. I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour.
Hell yeah.
I could use a breather before another rainy day begins.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll...
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the... There's nothing else to do. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. Yet someone used to live here, laugh here.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. A black bloc, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to...
On aerial photos, bloc obscurs look like dark squares.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Yes, for you to pick up as part of the Jamrock Shuffle.
It's not meant as nagging.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays.
Tequila sunset. Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum. It depends, really.
You might get scammed here.
No, the reality of the situation requires a rather modest contribution. Booze! Did you already forget our party? The thing I relate... So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me. Not much, but it will do.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging. 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. It did, with my trusty Sansariq tracksuit, but now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pocket.
His eyes.
So I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit, so I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key. I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed... People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't...
Heavy is the head that wears the...
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she did... So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me. So I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen. This would explain a lot. I always believed it wasn't my fault that I ended up home. God bless them, though. I'd be alone without them. Anyway, that was all the... Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging? I used to own my reality situation. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is...
My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the... I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic...
Sounds intriguing. If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising. Maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe we were behind the curve? What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably...
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be... And then there's the smell. But you don't...
Wow, you're lucky.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them any time. My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics?
Hey!
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
A gurgling sound comes from the direction of the non-resp...
And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So yeah, that's basically us. Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically... Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. Nah, this isn't it. Found? That's medium concept stuff. Totally not my style. No fucking way. Idiot.
Hey, Doom Spiral. Ain't that the jacket you stole the other week?
Not on your fucking life, Rosemary. What's wrong with you people? Like I'd be caught dead wearing fawn, like some low-concept bicycle courier. Tell you what, Tequila. Why don't you just hang on to that one? I'll get another jacket someday.
At least you got a nice jacket for your troubles.
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift. Then I can't keep on telling the stories.
Okay, let's step aside for a second. I have some... I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style. I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an officer of the RCM. Keep it.
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you. The lieutenant regards you for a moment, unsure whether you're...
Right, detective. You are one... You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit, in the right situation, can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the cave.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild-eyed... Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a cast. Done and done. No actual
Uncle.
There's no way.
The legend! He's back!
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more dry. Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money. Number 312D. Young girls used to come here huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. A tub warm with his boyfriend is on his way home. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know That's nice. My mum is great. She's never... Oh, I had gloves.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important...
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. Yes. They don't want to play with me. They look the same. They look identical. It's Lammy. He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several...
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good. Yes? I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject. If you ask me, it's high time for you to put the bottle away. Sober up, get back to basics. That would be my advice. Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute? You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for? Ah, now I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility? Simple. Because moral intern types loved. In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certain... You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villedroit, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment. If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need to speak with his... Now, was there anything else?
Waves are beginning to...
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer? Oh? Who? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' meal? Sure, officer. No, sweet, of course, officer.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunk...
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this...
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified...
Skulls. Now there's a strong... Was it a good idea on the lieutenant's part to get into this? Don't even answer that. Just leave. You can always come back later, on your own terms.
I can tell you who we're not, cop.
Which is not to say that the skull...
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is...
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs. These skull people are more than an authority. They're deities.
You don't know? What?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious...
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the immortal.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal...
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted...
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. Murder? Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a...
Yeah, I mean...
These punks don't know anything. Let's just...
Hey! Stop right there!
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by thought that it begins...
Exactly! How can one know shit?
What if it's art? Or just...
Maybe it's true. The hanged man is merely a prop in a performance. We are the audience, and the artist is... No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his...
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Oh man, yeah! We're not fucking kids, man!
Be wary of the abyss.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat. But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, have some questions about...
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are.
Apart from the unions then...
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the...
Yeah, we are. We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance. Because we can be just as psycho...
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now? What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving, What I mean by this is, we are all pissed.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Like I said before, many men keep searching.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though... you get more fish in a shorter time. And because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me...
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass...
Yes? What is? What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements. Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempt.
That's an origin story for a
So are we done here? Or... you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
These guys aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here.
Why? Yeah, like he said.
You didn't say that.
It's shit.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take it then. I can't handle this sad shit.
It's true. He simply can't. Wow. I did not see that coming. You bet.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
No? You know what, cop?
Fuck him. We don't need his rich dad jacket anyway.
I'm not wearing that jacket. I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be used. The need will not arise.
Look at this cute shit.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
Hardcore aesthetic. Oh yes, drugs. We're talking about drugs. Let's face it, these flirtations with the hardcore aesthetic have all been leading up to one question. Can I do drugs harder now that I'm a hard cop? And the answer is yes. You can. You can do one more blast of Pyrrolidon and yellow